thought you were gonna say something. Which Ethan? Klein?
Yeah.
I think so.
I need lost.
But he also argued with Joe Rogan.
And
I remember it. Yeah. And Joe was like, "We're friends, right, Steven?" And he's like, "No." By the way, welcome to a new episode of the Unpopular podcast with just us.
Welcome.
So, how many weeks are we? We're a month and like a week in. A month and 2 weeks.
Yeah,
in?
maybe.
This is now number 16.
Which the videos are getting, I think what's it called, like an okay response.
Of course.
And I think it's only gonna get better with the people that we have on, right?
Yeah.
Because we have planned a lot of people. We haven't scheduled anything yet. I mean, we have a couple, but we are planning to have, artists on, local, I guess, what would you call them? Celebs? Not celebs, local
well-known people.
Local influencers or something, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to have them on. We've been in talks.
People trying to establish themselves upward.
Yeah.
In their world.
A lot of people that are...
Call them the next generation.
Yeah. But I wanted to address something. I think it's like... I think we should move in that direction a little bit. Or we're planning to move in that direction a little bit of trying to bring up more of the unpopular opinions like we first stated. I think right now the reason we haven't done that is because mainly we have our friends on, And what do you do with your friends that you haven't seen in years? You catch up. And I like that a lot. Catching up with old friends, It was the best, frankly, the best episodes that we've had, like Sumo, catching up with him, catching up with Brian.
Yes, sir.
Seeing Edward again, seeing John, all these people. It was just fun to see him again. But now that we're going to have, more, a little bit, different, what would you call them, different guests on that have nothing to do, have no relations to us at all. We're going to try to bring up those topics a little bit more, ask them questions of how they started and how they, what they're doing now. And I think slowly but surely we'll get into that. So I hope we haven't lost any interest.
No, you lost it all.
Fuck you. I hope we haven't lost any of our audience interests. We really want to keep it going. And we want to
I don't even watch anymore.
To be honest, I don't watch them either. No, I used to.
Yo, you know who does watch them? This guy.
No,
you have to.
You had watched it 3 different times. It's fantastic. Once it's uploaded, once it's edited, it's fantastic.
I stopped watching. Like, I've had more confidence because before I used to watch them because of the lack of confidence that I had on the videos, to be honest with you.
You should still watch them.
Should I still watch them?
Yeah.
I'm
not asking you. I'm telling you.
It's always good
you
to
still watch them.
Yeah, it's good to study yourself. Like, look, this is where I fucked up.
No, for sure. But that's why I watched the early ones. I feel like now we're at a place where we have better chemistry, not only with each other, but with like interviewing people. Trying to get the real facts out of them. Trying to get what's
the real facts,
the real story behind them. What they've been doing and all that. I think we're getting better.
Guy.
You're talking
story.
Oh yeah.
You're talking a little bit more.
No more Zoom ups of you.
No, they're still gonna happen.
He always does too. It's just you and me. He always just captures you and me in the beginning for like 5 seconds
because it's funny.
It is.
It's simple. It's simple.
Because it's natural.
Spoken like someone who watches.
Yeah.
It's natural. I don't like being like trying to be funny. It's kind of, I hate that shit.
Look, you can try, but it's the matter of how it has to come out.
Yeah,
that's the point. Like you can make it elaborate, but it needs to be authentic.
Well, I don't like forcing a joke where there shouldn't be a joke for sure.
Nah.
Okay, no, yeah, that's forcing it. But trying is different. Trying and forcing something is like not the same thing.
Yeah.
So you can put your effort. You can be nonchalant and do what you guys do. It's subtle. The subtlety also
and if
works.
it fails, you just gotta take the L.
Yeah. It's like that. It's like The Office. With me and Rivera, it's like The Office.
Some people laugh. Some people are just like, yo.
It's cringy, yeah, exactly.
We brought this up when we were, I know we talked about 4th of July, but while we were over there, we actually had to talk like that, where it was like, it's neat that you can like interact and converse with people who you have that natural
chaotic
energy.
I'm telling you, but like it makes sense.
If they had a camera on them, that's all you need. Like
back to the Office thing, like when seeing that scene now of Michael pouring in the salt into his Diet Coke or the sugar.
The sugar.
And it's like, I feel like if I had seen that shit as a kid, I probably would have been mad. Like, yo, is this guy stupid? like genuinely being like, why don't you just get a regular one?
Yeah. Yo, I forgot. You remember when he opened up his company and he's with Pam and Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
And she asked him, like, Michael, do you have any coffee? He's like,
cream
and sugar. And she drinks. He's like, Michael, is this just cream and sugar? That's what I said, right? It wasn't coffee at all.
I drink this every day, every morning, as he's still driving.
Yeah. All normal, like nothing's different. That's disgusting, bro.
No wonder he is the way he is.
Cream
No
and sugar,
sugar.
bro. That's
A
disgusting.
little hype when he gets in. Get all that sugar together. Fucking.
That explains half the like when he does some like
That's just Steve Carell. I bet you half of those shits were off script. Like, they were just like, leave it in.
Do you think all those shows are overrated?
not overrated.
I
but
think that because certain shows are so good, they overestimated how many more shows that they should make based on the genre, and I think that's why the whole like genre is kind of like shunned. I guess.
Do you like
oversaturation.
Do you like Parks
I
and Rec?
guess, yeah. I never watched.
I thought it was pretty
Yeah,
funny.
hilarious.
The clips
That
I've
show's
seen of it, I haven't seen the show, but
That show, you know
It's
how like The Office
Makes
kind of
me
like
chuckle.
wilted away when Steve Carell left. It was kind of like not the same.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec stays solid.
Who
the
they
whole
bring in
time.
too? It was
Yeah.
Will Ferrell, they brought in for a little bit.
Yeah.
They brought in Robert California. What's his name? James Spader.
Yeah.
Then they had Andy. And they had a couple like cameos too. What's it called?
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, Ray
Will Arnett.
Romano, huh?
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett, and Ricky Gervais
Oh,
were
yeah.
like auditioning for the manager position. But it's like once something ends, like you got to know when it ends. You know what I mean? Same thing with it happens with a lot of shows. Friends at like season 8, wilts away, or maybe season 7. The Office, same thing.
How about Your Mother definitely did that for me.
Oh,
I was
yo,
so
that was
into it in the
annoying,
beginning, but
yeah.
I'm like, wait, what does this have to do with meeting my mom?
Yeah.
If I were their kids, half that show would have been over. Yo, can you get to the fucking point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like stop stretching it out like that.
Yo,
We're about to graduate tomorrow.
Dad, we asked for one thing and you gave us like 37 other
You're telling us
stories.
about why Uncle Barney is sleeping with Rob.
Yeah,
Please
like
stop.
that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Isn't the youngest like 14 or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
supposedly.
Yeah, like everyone, he had to learn about how all his relatives came to be, like all his
like,
godfathers and shit and godfriends.
Which is
Like,
weird too. Like when he talks about them having sex in front of his kids, like you think about it now, I'm like,
Do you think those are filtered in like the dad like parenting version voice?
well, he would call blunt sandwiches. Remember that in the show?
That's
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Yeah, yeah,
So
so he
I know
made-
we see it, but that's for
Yeah,
the
I
audience.
guess.
So do you
I
think
guess.
for the children, he's just, oh, so the birds and the bees, you fuckheads. Like,
I don't know, but then to find out that Robin had slept with so many guys and then became their stepmom is kind of weird though. Like that just whole concept, I don't know. It always fucks with me a little bit. I didn't like that she became the fucking mom at the end.
listen, that wasn't confirmed. All he did was hold up a blue horn and it panned.
Yeah,
away.
but she was like,
you can assume.
you know, she fucking fell in love at that moment. Fuck that. Show ruined.
What do you mean? Didn't it go past that?
No, that's
No.
it. That was the last episode.
Oh,
But didn't he like take the blue thing at the beginning?
There was an episode at the beginning that was like an homage to like one of the earlier episodes.
Oh,
he had
so it
stolen-
was the same one.
What do you mean? No, it wasn't the same one. He did that in an episode, like one of the first couple episodes, and then in the last episode, they're older already. They're old,
and he
and he
redoes
does
the
it
same
again,
thing.
the same gesture, and then she kind of like
It pans to her and then
Okay,
to the
okay.
sky, and then
that's how it ends.
And then at the end,
yeah,
That's what you think, yeah.
That's a
Fuck that show though.
why don't you like it?
No, I do like it. I do.
It's
Just
a
the
good
ending.
ending for the city people, like, you know.
You
Think
guys
about
ever
it.
watch like Everybody Hates Chris or shit like
Yeah,
that? I
That
was
was hilarious.
I watched like 1 or 2 episodes, but it's like the time in between the jokes was too long for me to enjoy it.
Because it was more of a show
Like-
than a comedy, no? It
Yeah,
was like a...
like
Family
it was
Matters?
funny, but like the time that I would only laugh like twice out of the whole episode.
No, the show's funny.
No, but I don't know. I didn't as a kid. It wasn't that funny to me.
Oh well, when you're a kid, but watch
Yeah.
it now, bro. Like we were rewatching it like last year.
Even now, it's just like now I just catch on more to the racism. And
But that's not funny. When it teaches racist, fuck them.
But that's what it is for a lot of things. It's because now you know the darkness of the world. So now you know like what is suggested by these naive kids. Like
As a kid, it flies past you, but as an adult, you can't help but laugh.
yeah,
Yeah.
like yo, you can't say that like that.
What does that mean? That has a second meaning.
I kept getting like surprised at everything she
Because
kept saying.
It only has one meaning to them. Because kids only say what they mean. Because kids are the most honest.
Yeah.
Except when they lie to you.
No, kids don't be lying like that.
No, they lie. If they're not, they're terrible
I
liars.
bet
You guys did.
I bet. Yeah. Boom. There you go. There you go.
I lie now.
You've lied always.
No. I am a little bit
He,
of
lied.
no,
He
no.
smiled harder. He was like, it's like I know that's.
No, I think I'm a little bit of a pathological liar. I think I embellish a lot. For sure.
What does that mean? Like,
Embellish?
Give an
Like I
example.
exaggerate
It's also lying.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Okay, well, I mean, hyperbolizing is always normal. Like 6,000 years.
Well, not in that. Like not. That's a good
We say
example.
that all the
No,
time.
that's a good example. But I'm saying like I embellish.
6 years later.
Like, I
I'm
mean-
just busting your balls.
No,
I'm just busting your balls.
no, but it's cool to get into that. It's like do you ever find yourself embellishing a lot, like trying to either exaggerate a story due to being funny or for this
Again,
other
that's what they
reason?
do all the time. Other than comedic,
But that's the
purposes,
thing.
That's it.
That's kind of lying.
Yeah, but
Don't you think so?
it's
I
to tell a
would,
story.
I would say I've only done that several times, but with like minute details, not anything that has to do with like the main core of the story.
Yeah.
Like I'd say something like, "Oh, we were outside and we were at the dinner and this guy disrespected so and so, and I told him something that and he stopped. And in reality, I probably told him something like after we left." Like, that's probably it.
I mean, something simple would be like, remember being a kid standing in the rain waiting for your parents to show up, and because they haven't shown up, you're still in the rain. I would hyperbolize like I was waiting 6 years, man.
No, that
Instead of
makes
saying like 5 minutes.
That's
Half an hour.
I'm saying more like okay.
That's
So
for
with like
comedic
certain
intent.
friends, I'd be like, I'm on my way, knowing I'm not on my way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
That's a lot.
blatant lie.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
lie.
But like, I do that a lot. That's I.
But
That's
that's
what I'm trying to get at.
You ever tell me you're on the way and you're just like laying down in bed?
Yeah.
Sometimes. I do.
Yeah.
He's like, you're in the middle of.
But it's just like, do I do that because? Well, because I do that with everybody, not even people that I just meet. So that's an even worse thing. What do you mean, and?
It means you don't respect anyone's time.
But that's the thing. Like, do I not respect them, or am I just a pathological liar?
I would argue to say it when you're actually. That's it. I don't. For me, it's kind of hard because it's like I always. At the end of the
For
end
me,
of the
on my way means get ready.
Oh yeah.
for me receiving that, I always assume,
Yeah,
maybe
it does.
they're not even ready. I go, maybe they are, but I'm gonna put 60-40 that they're
they're just getting ready.
that what you're saying, but because it's not that it's you, it's been a lot of people prior from you.
Yeah, and then we learn that behavior
Give or take, but in my head, I just don't
for
text.
sure.
I just
Well, I know
don't go out my
you
way to-
specifically, but the general public, Adrian.
Yeah, nah. I go out of my way to be 10 minutes early to anything, so that way I can try and get in there faster and be fuck done with it. That's just me.
If there's like
Yeah, you're a
destination-
homebody.
What does that have to do with being on time?
I think, but like you just stated that you like being early so that you can get done with it and leave early. Because
Yeah,
you like
but
you
that-
like. I think
That's anyone.
no.
Yeah.
No. Like going early to something.
I prefer to get somewhere early than
You
late.
do that for
that happened
school,
with, like-
work.
you don't leave
doctor's
earlier.
appointments,
You don't leave
dentist
earlier at
appointments.
school if you get there earlier.
No, but I'm saying that logic
do.
applies to everything.
That you want to get there early to leave early.
Yeah, like you don't have to be a homebody to want to fucking go somewhere early to
Yeah,
leave
like
somewhere
clean the
early.
house. We should get it done earlier. And then we
That makes sense. You see, that makes sense.
That's
'Cause,
another-
like
that's
it's something that
another
you do
thing.
yourself. But if it's like an appointment or something you're going to, it's like if you know it's gonna last this long, it's gonna last this long. Getting there early, to me,
I would get there early.
That's why I always
it
get the-
depends. Get there early for a good spot, maybe, right?
I guess. But that's why I
Or
always get
that's
somewhere
exactly
late
why you would
anyway.
always go to a doctor's appointment early because you always know it's an hour or 2 hour wait.
Why get there early if you know?
So that way
it's
other
early?
people don't fucking get there and then you have to wait another 3 or 4 hours.
But you have an appointment.
That's not how that works. If other people are there for their appointment and it's been backed up, they're gonna go by order of whoever the fuck was there earliest. And then all that shit gets thrown out the window.
Yeah, because of the overflow.
Appointments
stuff,
are more of
it's,
guidelines, not timestamp things. Especially when you're here in Union City and it's public fucking
Well, everybody gets here late.
yeah, but that's not again.
Well, my
that's
dad goes
why I try to
early.
go.
I love my dad. He's like, yo, I'm so smart. 1,000 IQ. Right, let's go.
And
early.
your dad's not a homebody.
And you know what happens? We're there. It's like it's full. Right? So it's like, hey, look, guess who has your idea?
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I've never seen anybody go early around here. Nobody.
You
That's
go
why
like 8 o'clock.
Huh?
You go 8 o'clock.
What do you mean?
You get people there at 8 o'clock. Because at first, like the first 5 minutes, it's empty, but then immediately on 8, that's when you get people. And he's like, "But we got up so early." I go, "Yeah, Dad, on a
For
weekend."
what? Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm just saying that like this way. Do we have appointments? He's like, "No. How are we gonna get in?" They weren't doing appointments. They weren't doing appointments. Like, I mean, not that they were, and if you didn't have one, they wouldn't even bother. So I asked him, "Do we make appointments?" And now we're gonna walk in. I go, "Oh." So we
fucked up.
wait.
Yeah, you fucked up.
This is an all day thing.
We wait like an hour and a half to like just find out that we can't, so we go somewhere else.
Damn.
Damn.
90 minutes to not even seeing anybody. Fucking.
That's
Yo,
fine.
when I went to when you dropped me off at the ER that one day, fucking. I can't. I don't want to. But so there was this family that got mad as fuck, and I guess rightfully so. I would be too because it like involved their baby. But they basically said that they were waiting like 4 hours, and someone told them, like they basically just prescribed them, I guess Motrin or something, like a dosage of it or something. I don't know what the specifics were, but the lady, she wasn't mad or anything because this is like an all going thing apparently, and she just repeated over and over again, "This is an ER. We can't turn you away. This is an ER. We can't turn you away." Like that. That
What does
was
that
it.
mean?
Like
They have to take you in.
what would you do if you fucking went in there fearful of your daughter's life and then the guy was like, "We're gonna Motrin." You'd be like, "Yo, I want to see a fucking doctor." All right, 3 hour wait, and then you wait the 3 hours. I think this baby needs Motrin. Why you don't tell me anymore? That's how I feel like that scenario went. But again, I just got there. But
That's why the ER is trash. It is. It's garbage because these are people that are. I think.
You don't plan emergencies.
Huh?
You don't plan emergencies.
No, I know, but it's still trash just because of how they handle it. This is how they handle
With
it.
the abundance
No,
of
listen.
the incidents.
I went to the
versus-
hospital not so far from when you went to the hospital, maybe a couple weeks earlier, because I had like I had a problem. I was worried. I went in there, bro. There's like 50 people waiting, and I asked, I'm like, damn, like, how long is the wait? Like, it's gonna be like 5 hours. 5 hours, bro? Why? It's a hospital. What is going on that it takes 5 hours?
Either
Limitations.
they're short-handed, and there's an abundance of incidents for the amount of morons that exist in the world, right? So that ratio is probably off.
Yeah, and you see all these people, and they're like, I'm like,
You ever hear the stories of someone calling the ambulance because they got like a cut, like they got a cut on their thumb, but nothing severe.
that's what I'm saying.
Just
A
a
lot
cut.
of these people too are like, their kids are sick, right? Kids are running around, playing, jumping on people. Like, bro, get your shit together, bro. I thought you were sick. Get the fuck out of here. Let me go in.
You know
This is
what-
the emergency.
You know what they're there for? Fucking doctors know.
Most likely, yeah. They're like, I
Nah.
don't want to take Jimmy to school tomorrow. Let's get a fucking doctor's note at the ER. Bro, but some people, and I felt bad because some kids were really sick, and I could tell. Like, they were just dying. Like, they were sleeping the whole time, and
Yeah,
they
and
looked
then
pale.
kids across fucking
and
jumping
running
over
and
each
shit.
other, leapfrog.
And not only that, like, this lady was like, I've been here since 12. It was 11 p.m. It was night.
Damn.
Yeah. I was
So
like,
didn't go?
huh?
You were like, you were like,
No,
yo,
a couple
if
minutes.
this lady hasn't gotten seen, there's no
Well,
hope.
at that point, I was like,
There's no hope.
I called my dad. I'm like, bro,
I almost had a kid.
this lady's been here since like she's been here since the morning. I think I'm gonna just bounce. Like, and I asked him, like, it's taking too long. Can I leave? Like, and the worst part is that this bitch gave me attitude. She's like, yeah, you can leave. All right, relax, bro. Like, you don't have to turn me away that fast.
Maybe that's just how she talks.
No, because when I got in there too, she also gave me attitude. She's like,
Can I help you?
because I asked them, damn, 5 hours? Like that. I thought that was normal. Maybe it sounded a little confrontational. She was like, yeah, that's what I said. 5. Okay? Like, chill. I'm here to see a doctor, not to get in a fight with somebody, bro.
And if
You
you
should have been like, come on,
with
young man.
all right, sir. There's no need to raise your voice.
Like, if she would have told me that, I would have been like, oh, shit. My fault.
No, I would have said that for reacting.
Yeah,
My fault.
that should have been the
Oh.
retaliation. She talks to you like that, be like, listen, sir,
Sir, don't
Relax.
raise your tone with me.
Sir, that's what you would have responded.
I didn't want to assume your gender.
But a lot of people, I also, I posted it on Instagram on like the stories, and the people were texting me like, "Yo, what hospital you at?" I'm like, "Oh, Hoboken."
Why? They're not a
Because this is why. No, this is why. They're like, "Nah, that shit ass, bro." Fucking
yo, you gotta take it out for you.
Anthony texted me. He's like, "Yo, you good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm chilling." And he's like, "Yeah, that hospital's ass." Fucking some
You just brush off to that.
some other guy, forgot his name. Moises. He texted me. I don't talk to him like that, but he's just like, I guess he saw it and he's like, "Damn, stay there forever, bro." He asked me, like, "What hospital you?" I'm like, "Hoboken." And that shit trash, bro. You're not gonna get in there for shit.
Is it better than Christ? Or is it worse?
It's better than, I know it's worse than Christ. And it's in Hoboken. Christ is in Jersey City.
You think? So do you think the hospital that you took me to was probably good?
Way better.
Because I
Yeah, because
was back home by like 4 or
it's-
5.
it's in
and
White-
You took me at what, 1 or 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like, what, 2 hours for an ER is not bad. Every time we go for like, one time I went for asthma. Bro, I was there from like 10 p.m. to like 5 in the morning. For asthma.
But I like that. I like those.
I don't like the waits.
Because I had my mom.
Yo, but
That was different.
what if she was like, go to school?
Oh.
I would have. Oh,
No, bitch.
I've been up all night.
Give me my doctor's note.
She's like, and she turns around. She's like, so am I. I'm going to work. Like that's different. Like
You have to do that. Nah, it's fucked up.
yeah.
Kids have better privileges for but
They have more privilege, yeah. What time is it, by the way?
it's time for me to get a watch.
6:56.
Chilling.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. No. Do we have any updates, by the way, for anything that we have to talk about or that we should state to the public?
You've all been warned.
He is coming.
Now imagine.
Oh,
Nah, I don't really have any updates. I'm chilling on everything. I'd just say if no one knows, no one's aware yet, we are live on Spotify, Anchor, and on YouTube. I'm not missing any other platforms, right?
I don't think so.
Maybe we'll try and get on a platform for next month. We'll set some. Well, let's do when we move downstairs and I get a whiteboard. Let's set up a. I mean, it's already
vision board?
It's already 7 months in, but probably January. Let's do like a 2023 goals for the channel, and let's try and knock them out.
Sure. Eventually, I think the biggest goal would be like get a studio.
Yeah.
Get a studio, and then like professional equipment, because we're running on. This is the most ghetto podcast I think we've ever been in, but it's like it's us. This is all we got, and we're trying to give it all. We're trying to give it as much energy as we can, and that's all we can do. To be honest with you, is give it as much energy as we can. And I think we're trying. We're trying. And again, if we're losing some audience members or some,
Yeah, you lost me just there.
fuck you. If we're losing anything, you just let us know. You can always write in the comments, tell me, okay, I didn't like this particular topic. I didn't like this
Yo,
and
Lewis,
that.
why are you talking hella condescending to me?
You know what, sir? Kill yourself, right?
No,
No, I would never. I would never. He would probably do that, though.
And I still like your comments.
He would probably respond like
you know
that.
what he
Why?
would do? He would make an account called Louis Garcia. He would just write it
Kill
down.
yourself.
It's the real imposter. Fucking put an Among Us PFP. That's the hint. But fucking, do you guys want to talk about an unpopular topic?
I try to bring him up sometimes, but then we like diverge into something.
No, I
Talk
have
about,
one.
what
I have
said to
one.
that kid.
What'd you say to that kid?
The one that you get mad at me for.
Oh, this is. You want to hear this, or do you want to do yours, or we could do both?
I asked. It's up to you. Answer me first because I asked the question first.
You want to do his first, and then we do yours?
We'll do his first.
All right, go.
Oh, now there's more pressure. Do yours first.
No, do yours.
All right.
All right.
So I've been having Johan help out with these. That's Hayes World. I don't know if you guys should know him. If you guys also watch everything else on the podcast, the channel is Hayes World. He streams with me, but this one is, you agree with it or disagree? Let me know. I'm gonna just read the title and then I can go further in if you guys want. But bro code goes out the window if you cheat on your girlfriend.
Yes. There's no.
Yeah,
I didn't do anything.
I would agree to it only because like I'm very simple with principles, right? Like it's like do no wrong to others is how you don't want it to be done to you, right? So it's like okay, I don't like the feeling being cheated on. Why the fuck do I like?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be bros with someone, but I'm gonna be a dirtbag, I should suffer the consequences. This is
Yeah.
what being a man is, right?
Yeah.
Suffer the consequences. Knowing
Yeah, watch me fuck your girl.
I'm not saying I'll do that. I'm just saying if you're not gonna do that, be a
Those are the
fucking
consequences,
be a
bitch.
man with nuts and follow all
Yo,
the way through.
You cheat on your girl? I'm
I'll
sure
fuck
your
her.
girl cheats
Don't
on you.
try to be a nice guy like, oh, I didn't mean.
No, well, like,
you
this
get
is
me?
like for context. This would be like after they break up or something.
That's
after
what
he
it
cheated.
is.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
get broken up because he cheated on her.
But for you to engage, yeah, I feel like
I don't think she's off limits. Then, no.
yeah.
To be honest, I don't think she's off
That's
limits.
why it's like if you're gonna make a big deal, it's like, all right, why'd you
No,
ruin it?
no, let's take it a bit
Why'd
further.
you
Like,
ruin it?
let's get,
If it was so special.
listen. Let's take it a bit further. This is more. I feel like this is more intense. Should you be friends with him knowing he's a piece of shit like that? That's a better question. And we have
know how I feel about that.
experience about
You know
with
how I
that.
feel about
Yeah,
that.
exactly. We have experience with
Well,
that.
my specific scenario is that I don't like that I was used as a scapegoat for like the excuse for the cheating without even being told. Without even being
So
told.
it's like left in the dark kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like
Because I was like, yo, let me in. Oh, you with who? I was like, what do you mean? it's hard for you to understand. Like,
No, I understand
that's
exactly
so
what you're
awkward.
saying.
It's
I
just
understand.
that puts you in a bad light,
But
though.
that's how we both found out at the same time, and like that was he fucked himself over. Like, and that's not even like a thing like that. It was my fault or anything. Like that's
How are you
how
supposed to know?
that turned
You know,
out. Yeah,
I felt
I was trying to
bad.
get home.
I felt bad because what happened with like I was in how do I say this? I was in their car.
Mhm.
It was just them two and me. And
Is it diverting too much from what it was?
no, it's about the same thing.
Okay.
I'm saying like I brought up that point of like, would you be your boy? Because I feel like that's more intense.
Uh-huh.
Would you still be boys with that person? So this is what happened, and this is how I found out. I was in the car with them, and then she read messages on this person's phone.
Oh, yeah, I remember that thing. That was like, yo, you got yourself mad. Why'd you read? Right? Or some shit.
I didn't say that. Oh well, he said that.
Yeah.
Oh, you were there?
I think so.
I think
Or I think someone told me about it.
I think someone told you.
Yeah,
Some
but
balls
let's
that you could say
let's
that.
talk about something else. You when you see this, do a like one of those TV cuts, like when it goes all staticky. But
What I'm saying, well, like,
would you eat the strawberry with the leaves?
Yes.
wait, why don't you want to answer the question? Would you be boys with? I know we're not.
I already answered.
Well,
No, I mean that goes
No.
back to the extension on that question.
On that
It was like
question.
I don't. It's life is simple when you keep basic principles. It's like all right, I don't.
Yeah.
I like certain things how they feel.
Yeah.
I don't want to be attributed to anything.
I
But
just-
yeah.
I
if
just
there's
feel
ever a
like
scenario where you ruin something and there's an opportunity, why am I gonna be gunned as a villain for making?
I just feel that also
Okay.
lying gives you a certain elation, like
Yeah.
a feeling of elation. So it's
You're
like,
just
if,
honest.
and if you start like liking how getting away with a lie makes you feel, like what's to stop you from lying to me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
or more.
And it's not like I'm not like your significant other, but it's just like
No, but
Like-
you've been friends for like let's say
Yeah.
wow, however long,
and it's like my specific scenario was I had a roommate attachment to this person, so
Yeah.
it's just like
it's understandable.
I don't know
It's understandable.
what else you could be lying about. Like I could be fucking like dying, asking you to pick me up, and you could just be like, "Yo,
I'm
I'm
on my
busy
way."
doing something."
A good callback. That's a good callback. That was good. Clap. You gotta add a clapping. You gotta add a.
I'm out of whiplash.
That was a good callback. No, but yeah, I mean, you're still little. Do you have any experience with that?
I mean, not really cheating, but like just being in West New York with a bunch of weyas, idiots,
Mm-hmm.
and them having their own little beefs. It's like, damn, now I gotta pick sides.
Mm.
Like I like both.
when it wasn't necessary, but
Yeah.
because certain people's agendas.
But you have to
different.
So why
sometimes.
don't you crawl out of the rubble and become the leader of the group?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or-
he
or
could.
Make
He could
everyone-
dominate.
Make everyone join hands, Riviere. Be like, yo, y'all are both stupid, And before I kiss y'all both, the makeup.
You know he's that friend in his friend group.
Yeah, I
the
know.
gay
That's
one.
why I said it like that.
What?
Not the gay one,
Oh.
but like the one who acts. He's the Wilson of their friend
Yeah.
group.
Oh,
All right, now let's go to your topic. This is a good one. This is makes me feel bad.
I feel like you two would agree with me. Maybe I'm stupid, but
What?
I was in school and this kid was roasting me about my weight,
Mhm.
and I can take some of that. This kid was coming out with new ones.
What do you mean new ones? Were like, was it like a layer deep? Or like,
It was a layer deep.
yeah.
I like how you worded
When
that.
they're so creative, when you don't expect
Yeah.
the new ones, it's always
It's coming out with.
Like they were so good.
So, what was one example? Can you give me? No. I say this because if it hits,
You're like at me, and I can't stand for this. I've got to ratio this, man.
But like, I can't remember them right now, but I remember how they made me feel, and I felt so terrible. And it was at a time when I was going through some things, and I was like, you know what? I have to clap back, and I'm gonna clap back hard. And this kid told me in confidence about his situation with his dad.
that's the
Like,
first mistake. I'm sorry.
yeah.
You're gonna act like a fool like that,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna listen.
Yo,
My boss,
yeah.
nah.
And we were on our way to class, and there's no classes. Well, everybody's outside, and we're in line, and the kid's like, "Yeah, you're fat. You're like look at your boobs. Like they're saggy." And everybody's laughing, like, "Ooh, you're gonna take that?" Like personally, I wouldn't take that level of disrespect. And then
That's
I was
where
like,
you fail.
Yeah. And in my head, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna say it. I was like, you know what? This is why your dad left, and why he's not coming back. and and nobody laughed. Everybody was like,
Yo, that was fucked up.
Listen.
and the kid's like,
Look, all I would have been doing in that moment is smiling, going, "You wanted to take it."
I
there,
was standing
right?
my leg. I was like, he was calling me fat.
You ever seen Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David? You know how he's always looked at as the bad guy at the end of the episode? That's what it felt
Look,
like.
this is the great thing though. It's like fuck all of them and their feelings. You want to know
Yeah.
why? Because they were all laughing at you. So what the fuck does their mean? Their weight,
there's
their
a-
reaction has no fucking value
There's a
because they mean
certain
nothing.
thing. Like, it's okay when people disrespect you, like, one-on-one kind of
Yeah.
ish. But, like, when it's public, that's when it has,
That's
That's when
humiliation.
you have to stand your ground.
Yeah, for sure, but like,
And they're mad at you for not being a
but
clown.
There's
There's
multiple
ways to
things,
do it.
Like, and there's, like, when fights happen. Like, that's why 95% of fights happen. Because it's like, you have to, some people have to stand back up for themselves.
Yeah.
And then it just,
Because here's the other
unfortunately, it
side of
goes
the
that
coin.
way.
What was in that kid that said it was okay to go and berate a friend?
that is true. And
Yeah.
and I tell him all the
I get
time.
busting balls is one thing, but if you got fat friends and they're uncomfortable with fat jokes, and if they're your friend, out of respect to stop.
It's also
What's
just
so hard about
accumulation of buildup, though, because
Yeah.
that could have been anyone. It doesn't matter that it was his friend, because it's like the same thing happened to me with someone that it was just a random person, and I think you remember this fight, but this guy was talking hella shit, talking mad shit, and he was like, "Yo, let's go to the bathroom, let's fight." And I was like, "Bro, I'm not gonna fight you in the fucking bathroom. I'm not a pussy." And then he was like, "Oh, he a bitch. He's not gonna fight. He a bitch." He kept going for like 5-10 minutes. And then I gave one of the fucking, like, the sophomores that were in my class all my rings. And I got mad as fuck. And I screamed out down the hallway. And I was like, "Yo, I don't need a fucking fight in the bathroom. Get the fuck over here." And then I rocked them. And then all the other fucking football kids put us apart.
I would have
And it
punched him
was
with
just
the
like-
rings on.
Nah, but
That would have been a
that's the
song.
thing. Yeah, and it would have been worse on me if I had punched him with all my rings.
I understand. I understand that for certain people it's hard to be the bigger person.
And here's my thing though: that bullying doesn't get checked if you let it slide.
Yeah,
For
but
sure.
it's also just like what I was trying to get at is that it's just an innate like fucking it's a fight or flight response that it's just in animals like it just like
has to happen.
as deep as base as it gets, it's in animals, like, so it's in us too, like it's just a fight or flight response to like, yo, he's fucking with me, I gotta do something to
Let me
get
get
him to
back at
stop or run. And some animals don't run. They get that person to stop, and that's what
And his
that's what me and
response
him
was,
do.
Here's again, his first mistake was for some reason coming to you in confidence about this information. Usually, you tell that to someone who you trust,
Yeah.
like someone you can solidify with
But,
friendship.
but
and
that's the
bond.
thing. Like, should he not be someone that to trust?
Well, you shouldn't.
That
why
wasn't
would
on
you roast
him.
somebody that you trust.
But why is that on him?
I know.
He's not he's not going out of his way. I'm going to ruin your day today. No, he was taking some licks.
I know.
You were trying to go to,
And then it took a toll.
class.
But we have roasted each other, and there's some shit that are like we know is off limits,
But that's what the thing is.
and we have,
His boy didn't know it was off limits for him.
I guess.
And there's
he
maybe
kept
that's the
going.
thing. You two have that respect lining, so that's why he's not reaching you.
And I
No,
bet
nothing's off limits.
it wasn't just 3 times, right?
No, it was like
And
the whole
it
if
came
it,
back
if it
back,
ever
so,
goes
yeah.
over 3, bro, and, like that's it.
three bad jokes. And it depends on the severity of the
But
fact.
it's not. You can tell. We've always been able to tell when one joke sets someone off, like
Right.
or rubs them the wrong way.
Okay, yeah.
So for you to make that joke multiple times, I bet you weren't fucking. Calm down now.
You should have been like, you remember your dad?
You remember what you told me? Hey, you better stop.
Hey, you remember your daddy problems?
Damn,
Daddy,
daddy.
we used to.
Can you tell me where he is now?
Nah, you them back.
That is
Can you
fucked up.
tell me where he is?
I remember people used to call this one girl like daddy issues and shit like that.
Oh,
Oh,
They were
I.
assholes.
It's hilarious, bro. I know.
I
I know exactly.
I didn't know what the story behind it was. I was just like, yo, why do you guys call her that?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
I don't.
and
Is it
and
textbook?
it was hilarious. It was hilarious. I'll tell you now. John told that story.
Ah.
You remember?
When he was on
did.
the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I probably remember it too. Jesus.
I probably remember it.
Hold up your hand. She did this to a guy, to Diomar. She's like,
Oh yeah.
let me go. She screamed it. Let me go. And Diomar like, bitch, you holding me. Oh man.
Let me go.
Listen, I'm not saying she deserved that.
What was that? Fight or flight or both?
It was fight and flight, except she didn't know she was fighting.
She thought she was being fought.
she thought she was defending herself. She was bracing and keeping herself there. Let's go.
No. Listen, there's some shit that I think that shit came out of immaturity. It was also in fifth.
Right.
It was in 8th grade.
Yeah, who's mature?
Yeah, but I feel like what are you gonna do? You gonna sue me over something that we all contributed to as kids? Like fuck you.
Daddy ish. But then that's the same thing with him.
You don't have fucking you don't have like copyright on my memories.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to talk about what happened. I'll just fucking call you Billy Bob from now on if that's what you want.
Damn, we're gonna get canceled, man. We're gonna get canceled. All these memories from 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th
Yo,
grade
I
are
know you
gonna
portrayed me on that podcast.
I don't give a fuck.
Yo, were you dumb or not?
Are you doing that stuff or not?
You know who I want to get on the podcast?
Go on,
Who I haven't seen in a while. Probably doesn't remember me. Fredis, bro. The juice.
Yo,
who's Fredis?
that shit was
The juice.
that was the guy.
He was the kid in that we fucked with in that. Well, I didn't hang out with him like outside of high school, but I remember in high school he was hilarious.
Yeah,
He was
neither did
hilarious.
I. It was just like we saw him.
Yeah.
I had a math class with him, but like I sat as far away as I could because I was that kid. I was a smart kid, and I hated people. Like school is why smart people become introverts, and it's because people constantly are asking them for the answers and the pencils and the supplies
Pick a gum.
and the fucking shit that you should have fucking brought with you to school.
Bro, but if you brought that shit, you lost. You lost.
do you
I
mean?
won. Because it just shows how much I didn't care about school and
Yo,
how I still passed.
But sometimes, like, if you really got down to it, a school bundle's like $8 max, bro.
No,
A fucking composition notebook and
How
some
much-
pencils.
how
bro,
much did
what
we
else do you
spend?
need?
How much did we spend on school supplies every year at fucking?
And how much did you use? How much of that did you use?
or lose.
All of it. All of it except for the stupid shit like USBs in 5th grade, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody
I bet
was
you
using
don't even
USBs
fucking
in 5th
use
grade.
them though.
What, the USBs?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That was the stupid shit on the list.
You guys
that
have
was on the
the
list.
fucking USB from the? Do you have the USB from when we graduated?
Yeah, I have it.
I fucking lost it.
I only have it because it's in like someone put it together. I think my dad put it together stuff.
Nice.
Some stuff.
Get a copy.
Well, I won't watch that
Let's
shit.
use it for.
An intro?
We'll use it for. We'll incorporate it somehow one day.
No, but people don't like that we
It's
talk
funny.
about high school too
I
much.
don't give a fuck what people like. It's our podcast. What the fuck? We talk about whatever the fuck we
I
want.
didn't mean that.
Yo, I meant that. What the fuck?
Yeah, we're gonna get canceled soon. I'm gonna.
Nah, but they know. They know.
No, they know. They know us. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
They know us. And if we ever get to that level,
I'm still not gonna give
I
a
know
fuck.
exactly. I want somebody to come out with like,
Yo,
Lewis said this and
we can
seven.
we can do a
Suck
fucking another
my-
podcast on like just hate comments and while we're smoking a blunt and like talking shit. Like that's it. You just be like, yo, why do you think these people like spend hours to write? You think they know about the episodes we're doing? Like, it should be funny.
What time is it?
It's time for you to check your phone.
Where's my phone? Can you pass my phone, actually?
I did.
If we notice that the answer is a little too easy,
Yeah,
let's get deep into it.
mean.
That's why, because with that one,
that's what you elaborated first.
Yeah.
That's
because I like that shit. Because we can get into one thing and then immediately like get dig.
yeah.
That's what that's gonna
They're
be.
like, all right, well, if you don't like that, then this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's why I do talk the way I do sometimes.
What is the consensus on his story? So you guys are
It was-
for.
it was
You guys think it's reasonable?
I didn't think he went too far. The reason why I think so is because there's a lot in life where people just think it's okay to push your buttons, and I understand being the good person.
Did you-
and
have you
being
guys
the better
talked?
But like, let's say 9 times out of 10 you
Wait,
don't
like after?
say anything.
Ever since,
I remember the day after we were still friends. So
like, have you had to talk about that thing or like?
no, we acted
What
like it didn't
happened after
happen.
you said that shit? Like, did you just go into class?
We just went into class. He was good about it. He didn't snitch or anything. He was like,
Maybe
you know what?
maybe he understood
He's
also
like, you
that,
got me.
Yeah.
that he lost.
Like, yeah.
But I think it was, in my opinion,
Sometimes
think
you
it's
gotta
a
humble
little-
people.
for you guys, yeah.
I'm not saying no because I understand. Like, if you want people to learn better, you're probably right. That's not the best way to handle it. But unfortunately, these people they don't learn unless things happen to them.
Yeah.
They don't learn by
This
saying
is-
so.
This is where I
That's
also
how
go to the
people
life
are.
thing. There are times when you're supposed to be the bigger man, and there are also times when you're not always supposed to be the bigger man. Your friend should have known not to do that to you. That's like for
And
that
if
for
they
that
didn't know
scenario
that.
specifically. So that's why I say it's okay in your stead because your friend pushed and went. And
Now, I
if
would
he's
argue
truly your friend, you should know that it might have bothered you, especially
Yeah.
if you said it was all day.
if you had like targeted this guy, that's a different story. Like, okay, you're a cunt.
I
Right?
should've
Like,
thought
I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
shouldn't be
were you
open-
doing at least that? Were you like was he like fat fuck? Shut up, bitch! Like, were you doing shit like that? Like,
I guess, yeah.
alright,
I mean, just
Like
escalated
doing
from
little
there.
things to see if he would stop, and then I got pissed and I was like, you know what? Your dad isn't here.
okay, it's alright.
I still get to see my dad on the weekends.
Just on the weekend.
He said just.
No,
what would you?
when it comes to him though,
Yeah.
that's like not the only time that he's retaliated in a like.
When I slapped the kid.
Oh, okay. When you slapped
I
though,
slapped kids
like,
too when I was in high school.
He was
He did something to you first, though, right?
Yeah,
Did he
was-
put his hands on you first, at least?
No.
At least when
I
I
was
smack
wrong.
people, they always put
I
their
mean,
hands on me first.
because he was, first of all, he kept interrupting me, and that wasn't enough. And I was still trying to say something, and then he went towards my mom, and I was like, "You don't go towards family members. You really don't."
Uh-huh.
Because
unless
first
you're
of
looking
all-
for trouble.
yeah, and he was talking about my mom, which I love dearly, and and I forgot what he said about her, but I got so mad. I was like, I blacked out, and I didn't black out, but I looked around. I was like, "Is anybody here?" And I turned around to make him think like it was okay. So I turned and I slapped him, and I was like, "Don't talk about my mom." And I got mad. I was about to yell, and he's like, "It was dark," and I left a handprint, and I got suspended. And my mom was like, "You know what? We're going to noches."
Mijo defended my honor.
But at that
I feel
one,
like I might have been wrong on that.
no,
Like-
I think that one was a little bit.
To be
I
fair,
think
you never go after mothers. That's something.
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
a
that
given.
one I understood when he told me. I understood. I was like, I told him. Granted, maybe that wasn't the best option, but I understood why. Because if someone would have talked to my like about my mom like that,
There's no one you
There's
love more than
problems.
your own mother.
Yeah.
Like if you came out of
That was why I
What?
loved our group so much, though, because it was I never had to hear that bullshit ever again. The hey, your mom, your mom, your mom. I was like, oh my god, thank God it fucking died in middle school where it should have died, and I never heard the shit again. And when I did hear it, like, I swear to God, I don't know why I felt like Andy or the pretentious line because it was just like, that's the best you have. Your mom. How old are you?
Out of everything to come up with.
Like, but at that
Your
point,
father.
like, yo, you didn't fucking know how I was destroying people, even on Xbox. Like, I was like, I just fucking for no reason for people that would talk shit in Overwatch after we fucking carried them for so long. Like, yo, there were times where I'd go off on them like Ben Shapiro asked questions, and I'd be like,
How much healing do you have?
yeah, 5 gold. You don't even have to respond. I got it. And I know my friends that have silver and bronze. You're on rank. You don't even have to tell me. Fuck up. Shut up.
It's the perfect thing because we would have Lewis there and he'd be like, yo, tell him this. And then no hesitation. Like, we're writing down, I see it, and then we're laughing because I'm hearing Lewis. I'm like, yo, if you actually say that, then all I see is Johan post it right away. I'm like, what the fuck? And then so I go, yo, DP is trash. Hold on, wait a minute. I was doing more work than you, motherfucker. What's going on here? I got silver. Like, I love when we all met together on the same shitty people.
Yo, but
wanting to
there's been
start
times
shit.
too where Johanna like goes out of nowhere and he's like, yo, healing has been trash. And then healing will say something and they'll be like, yeah, that's why tanks always die. And I'm like, yo, I have fucking gold contestation time. I can't do anything. I'm going where I'm supposed to go. It's just ass.
I would
Never
have
win.
picked off the game.
No, I love when Johan just immediately just braids people with
Yo, sometimes
shitty
certain people
comment.
deserve it.
It's true.
I say it out loud when other people don't deserve it. I'm like, yo, Johan, why? Like,
Like, but he's such an instigator though because he starts sometimes, and I'm like, yo, Johan, like, relax. Like, we just started.
That's why it's always like it's always friendly with Johan because like you have to just subtly just be like, yo, shut the fuck up. That's it. Like as long as you're not when you lose by going back and forth. You just got. That's where you gotta be the bigger man. Talk about be bigger man. You just gotta be like, yo.
He's an instigator. I like Johan. I like him, but he's an instigator. Yeah, because then you have him like looking at me like he does that with
John's gonna
everybody.
watch the podcast and he's gonna be like, yo, Rivier's the one that's been getting me.
Just slap him. Slap him. All right. Well,
Let's, end the podcast.
it's been a great episode.
We'll switch phones.
Bigger things to come, I think. We're gonna get better guests, I promise.
As always, nice chatting with you, gents.
Yeah.
Well, lads, whatever we're. I know we're
Guys,
like,
Mates.
make sure to suggest some topics in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe